let's talk a little about what Trump is doing. While this democratic sort of argument, Trump, in his aggression towards Iran, isn't he violating every principle of the democratic statute that they stand so proudly behind?
Well, this definitely does seem to be the perception, and you find a lot of European countries not necessarily enthusiastic about supporting those claims. I don't know whether America would find many allies in a military confrontation with Iran at this point. Europeans appear fed up with whatever. With the possibility of another war. They were dragged into it in 2003. I'm not sure they're going to be dragged into it this time around. You hear them calling for maximum restraint.
Right.
This is a big deal.
And also, I've got two questions, so I'm going to quickly put this one first, is that why is it that it's missing the headlines here? What is going on within the Trump administration itself when it's trying to convince the Congress to not repeal the very act that allows the president to go ahead and do a military strike without their approval?
Well, there's certainly mixed messaging here. On the one hand, you have Trump coming out with statements saying we don't want war, Pompeo giving a presser from CENTCOM saying we don't want war, and then you have different set of messages that are coming out at the same time. These kinds of statements are couched in threatening rhetoric. It's difficult to say. Nobody appears to want war in the region. Nobody appears to want war in Europe. But
okay.
Yeah.
So let's one last question. What will happen to Iran? How far do you think they can afford to play this waiting game where they stand strong and not give in, like they've clearly said that they're not going to be coming to the table to talk diplomacy anymore?
Well, based on my conversations with people in Iran, frankly, there is a great deal of exasperation with the sanctions. How much longer can they continue to live under these sanctions? And yet, to a large extent, those sanctions and the current standoff with the Americans have actually played into the hands of the Iranian government because they've actually managed to make it look like they are not to blame for anything. In fact, Trump's withdrawal from JCPOA only made the Iranians look much better. They're playing by the rules. They're playing their team player, and it's the Americans that are being uncooperative. So it's anyone's guess where it'll go. But there have been signs from the Iranian side that they are ready to talk. They don't want war.
Right.